Mount Fuji, with its majestic snow-capped peak, has captivated hearts and minds for centuries. Rising from the Japanese landscape, it is a symbol of enduring beauty and resilience. Artists have immortalized its form in countless paintings and woodblock prints. Poets have praised its splendor in verse. For the Japanese people, Mount Fuji is more than just a mountain. It is a sacred entity, a source of national pride, and an integral part of their cultural identity. For generations, the iconic image of Mount Fuji has remained unchanged, a perfect symmetrical cone, its slopes cloaked in pristine white snow, a stark contrast against the azure sky. The mountain's presence has shaped the beliefs, traditions, and artistic expressions of the Japanese people, solidifying its place as a timeless icon. However, this year, an unsettling sight has cast a shadow over Mount Fuji. The once familiar snow-capped peak has vanished, replaced by bare rock and a disquieting emptiness. This unprecedented event has sent ripples of concern throughout Japan and beyond, raising alarm bells about the changing climate and its potential impact on this beloved landmark. The absence of snow on Mount Fuji is a stark reminder of the powerful forces at play in our changing world. It is a call to action, urging us to confront the challenges of climate change and protect the natural wonders that make our planet so extraordinary. The year is 2024. Autumn has arrived in Japan, painting the leaves in vibrant hues. But this year something is different. Mount Fuji stands bare, its peak devoid of snow. This unusual sight has startled locals and scientists alike. It is a visible indicator of the broader climatic shifts occurring on a global scale. Even the most enduring symbols of nature are not immune to the impacts of a changing climate. The summer of 2023 will be remembered as one of the most intense heat waves in Japan's history. From June to August, temperatures soared, shattering records and testing the country's resilience. The average temperature was 1.76 degrees Celsius higher than normal, the hottest summer on record. Hospitals were inundated with heatstroke patients. The agricultural sector faced widespread crop failures. The heat strained Japan's power grid, raising blackout concerns. While it is scientifically complex to attribute a single weather event directly to climate change, the prolonged absence of snow on Mount Fuji aligns with the broader patterns of global warming that scientists have been warning about for decades. The Earth's climate is changing and the evidence is irrefutable. The planet is warming and human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, are the dominant cause. The consequences of climate change are far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. Rising global temperatures are leading to more frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, floods, and wildfires. Sea levels are rising as glaciers and ice sheets melt, threatening coastal communities around the world. Ocean acidification, caused by the absorption of excess carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, is harming marine ecosystems. The unprecedented warmth experienced in Japan, culminating in the snowless state of Mount Fuji, is a clear and present reminder of the urgent need to address climate change. The decisions we make today will determine the kind of world we leave behind for future generations. We have a moral obligation to act now, to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, transition to cleaner sources of energy, and protect the planet that sustains us. Section 5. The delicate balance of Mount Fuji's ecosystem. Mount Fuji, while renowned for its iconic beauty, is also a site of remarkable ecological significance. Its slopes, spanning a diverse range of altitudes and microclimates, are home to a rich variety of plant and animal life. From the lush forests at its base to the alpine meadows near its peak, Mount Fuji supports a delicate web of life that has evolved over millennia. The mountain's forests, dominated by species like Japanese beech, Japanese larch, and hemlock, provide habitat for a plethora of creatures. Black bears roam the woodlands, while Japanese sero, a type of goat antelope, navigate the steep slopes. Birdlife is abundant, with species like the Japanese robin, the copper pheasant, and the golden eagle gracing the skies. The higher elevations of Mount Fuji, with their harsh winds and frigid temperatures, are home to a unique alpine ecosystem. Here, hardy plant species like alpine rose and dwarf bamboo eke out an existence, their growth stunted by the challenging conditions. Small mammals like pikas and voles make their homes among the rocks, while birds of prey soar overhead scanning for signs of movement. Section 6. Cultural significance. A symbol of Japan. Mount Fuji holds a place of profound cultural and spiritual significance in Japan. For centuries, it has been revered as a sacred mountain, a dwelling place of gods and a source of artistic inspiration. Its image has been immortalized in countless works of art, from ancient woodblock prints to modern photography, solidifying its status as a national icon. In Japanese mythology, Mount Fuji is often depicted as a sacred entity, home to deities and spirits. It is believed to be a gateway to the afterlife, and its slopes are dotted with shrines and temples where pilgrims come to pay their respects and seek blessings. The mountain is also associated with purity, strength, and resilience, values that are deeply ingrained in Japanese culture. Mount Fuji's cultural significance extends beyond religion and mythology. It has been a constant source of inspiration for artists, writers, and poets throughout Japanese history. Its majestic form has been captured in countless paintings, poems, and songs, each work reflecting the deep reverence and admiration that the Japanese people hold for this iconic mountain. Section 7. Global warming's impact on mountainous regions. Mountainous regions around the world, with their unique ecosystems and delicate balance, are particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. As global temperatures rise, glaciers and snowpacks are melting at an alarming rate, threatening water resources, altering wildlife habitats, and increasing the risk of natural disasters. The loss of glaciers and snowpacks has significant implications for downstream communities that rely on meltwater for drinking water, irrigation, and hydropower generation. As these frozen reservoirs shrink, water scarcity becomes a growing concern, potentially leading to conflicts over resources. The warming climate is also forcing many plant and animal species to migrate to higher elevations in search of suitable habitat. However, as temperatures continue to rise, these species are running out of places to go, putting them at risk of extinction. The delicate balance of these alpine ecosystems is being disrupted, with unpredictable consequences for biodiversity. Section 8. The importance of snowmelt for Japan. The annual snowmelt from Mount Fuji plays a vital role in sustaining life in the surrounding regions. As the winter snows thaw, they release a steady supply of fresh water into rivers and streams, replenishing aquifers and providing a crucial source of water for agriculture, industry, and human consumption. The snowmelt from Mount Fuji contributes significantly to the flow of major rivers like the Fuji River, the Kamanashi River, and the Sagami River. These rivers in turn irrigate vast stretches of farmland, supporting the production of rice, vegetables, and other crops that are essential to Japan's food security. The snowmelt also plays a crucial role in recharging groundwater aquifers, which provide a significant portion of the water supply for cities and towns in the surrounding areas. The porous volcanic rock that makes up Mount Fuji acts like a natural filter, slowly releasing the snowmelt into the aquifers, ensuring a clean and reliable source of water for millions of people. Section 9. Tourism and economic concerns. The unprecedented lack of snow on Mount Fuji has raised concerns about the potential impact on tourism, a significant contributor to the local economy. Every year, millions of visitors from around the world flock to Mount Fuji, drawn by its majestic beauty, challenging hiking trails, and spiritual significance. The absence of snow, particularly during the peak climbing season, could deter some tourists from visiting, impacting businesses that rely on tourism revenue. Hotels, restaurants, souvenir shops, and tour operators could all experience a decline in business if the iconic snow-capped peak remains absent. Beyond the immediate economic impacts, there are also concerns about the long-term implications for the cultural significance of Mount Fuji. The mountain's snow-capped peak is deeply ingrained in the Japanese psyche, and its absence could have a profound impact on national identity and pride. Section 10. A call for global action. The unprecedented snowless streak at Mount Fuji serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for collective action to address the global challenge of climate change. The scientific evidence is clear: human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, are the dominant cause of global warming, and the consequences are already being felt around the world. We must act now to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, transition to cleaner and more sustainable energy sources, and protect the natural systems that sustain us. This requires a global effort, with governments, businesses, and individuals working together to implement meaningful solutions. Governments must enact policies that promote renewable energy, energy efficiency, and sustainable transportation. Businesses must invest in cleaner technologies and adopt sustainable practices. And individuals can make a difference by reducing their carbon footprint through everyday choices, such as conserving energy using public transportation and supporting companies that prioritize sustainability. Section 11. Protecting our planet for future generations. The future of our planet and the well-being of generations to come depends on the actions we take today. We have a moral obligation to leave behind a world where Mount Fuji and all of Earth's natural wonders can continue to inspire awe and wonder for centuries to come. Let us heed the warnings of the natural world, like the snowless peak of Mount Fuji, and embrace the challenge of addressing climate change with urgency and determination. By working together, we can create a more sustainable and resilient future for all.